Yo, can everybody hear me? Okay, awesome. Let's get going, shall we? So just me today. Adam's off on some adventure somewhere, so I thought we'd have a play of the evolved edition of Alien Rogue Incursion. And I shall start a new game, and we'll start from the beginning. Okay. How's everybody doing today? Are we all good?
We are here. Welcome to Perdan. Come for the salt deserts, stay for the tolerably breathable atmosphere.
Got eyes on the surface? Any sign of Carver?
It is on the consoles now, but I'm playing on PS5, and it's out on Xbox as well.
Transmit the landing codes.
Transmitting.
Yeah, I'm not bad. Casper, thank you. Weekend flies by, as always.
Should we decrypt the file he sent?
No. We're only supposed to decrypt the disk he sent if he doesn't show. We have the rendezvous details. That's enough.
Welcome, Prebinator.
He dragged me off a battlefield I should have died on. He's earned my trust.
I think the team at Servios did a good job finding that little nugget of Zula's backstory to dive into.
Requesting landing at your covert facility to extract your chief of security.
I'll do the usual lost working Joe routine. Come in, Perdan. Requesting emergency permission to land.
Angel James says, I really like this game, but it's a bit too difficult for me. I played it on normal, but got frustrated and lowered it to easy for the finale. Was that the Evolved Edition or the VR version, Angel?
I can try.
Put us down.
Brace for impact.
Alright, fair. Angel says it was the Evolved Edition. I've only played an hour and a bit of this. Adam's finished the Evolved Edition, but I've played it through a couple of times on VR.
Zula, are you alright?
You tell me. What's our status?
Intact, but suboptimal. Engines are critical with significant damage to several airflow valves. I'm still attempting to get sensors back online, but no sign of additional hostilities as
Yes, Angel, when he's singing the song about May. Yeah.
We should be swarming with station security after that grand entrance.
It is possible.
I really like Inferno's Fall and Seventh Circle.
Contact, but we need to do something about the engines. How's your back? Can you walk?
It's been some of the best stuff from Titan recently. Although that said, there's still a couple of novels that I haven't got around to reading because I haven't found the enthusiasm for it.
It seems like I'll be okay once I get a couple stems in me.
I fully stocked the med bay before our departure.
Find out what we dropped in on. I'll patch myself up and see what I can do about the engines.
Copy that. Go attend to your biological maintenance.
Biological maintenance.
we're not gonna... There we go.
Alright. Time for some answers.
Yeah, Jalor says, I remember Zula from Prototype. I think that's where... Where did she show up first? So she showed up in Aliens Defiance first, which was a comic series. And then she was also in Resistance and Rescue, which were not my favourite. I thought they were pretty mediocre.
Guessing you've got a lot of questions right about now.
Prototype was a fun novel, though. I enjoyed that one.
It looks like you'll need to come find the answers. This disk image will synchronize your data pad with GES's systems. Your tablet will be able to interface with the computer terminals here, and will contain a basic map of Castor's Cradle. I wish it was more, but I can't risk this message getting flagged. I'll have the rest of the intel with me, no matter what. Gemini Exoplanet Solutions and BG Swift need to be exposed, Zula. I'm sorry for all this, but there's no one else I can trust to make the hard choices. The same ones I failed to make. I need to make this right. For Deja, you threw everything away to do the right thing. This is me trying to catch up to you.
Jesus, Ben. What have you gotten yourself into?
I've successfully cleared the aft engine hallway. Unlocking the door now.
On my way.
Sorry, I try not to talk over the dialogue-y bits. I like this little callback to Defiance and to Zula's injury here, with her back problems. Yeah, Jalor. Defiance was pretty strong. I mean, it started off very strong. And then about the...
Can you get to the engine terminal?
On it.
About the halfway point, it kind of goes a bit more average, in my opinion.
I'm in.
Excellent. Please check the exhaust manifold.
LB354. This is a nice little moment as well. I can't remember if Emmy Yang is the doctor from Defiance. I can't remember offhand. Although the colonial doctor, not the one who joins up with them. Okay, oh, probably not. Oops. There we go. Nova Dragon says, do you think we'll probably see these characters appear in the Predator Alien cinematic universe that trying to tie into? No, I don't think they will.
The vent entrance should be near the floor, just ahead of you to the right of the terminal.
I think we're more likely to see, assuming they survive the films, I think we're more likely to see Deck and Thea meeting up with Andy and Rain than anything.
Oh, I see the O2 valve. Looks like the return housing is cracked.
Can you close it off?
Yeah.
Predminator says, having played both the VR and Evolved Edition, I've got to admit that the VR is the ultimate way to play this and get fully immersed in the horror and the alien world. Yes, I completely agree.
Turn around, take a left at the intersection.
I think the VR version is superior. Even though I played it on compromised versions, you know, I played it on a severely under-spec'd PC and on the MetaQuest port, and even on those not great ports, I still think it was a really atmospheric and immersive game.
What's the situation outside the ship?
No sign of Carver, nor anyone else.
I wish I'd have brought a PSVR 2 though, because that seems to be where the game's at its most beautiful.
Time to find some answers the old-fashioned way then. Keep an eye out for Carver, or anyone else for that matter. I'll do a quick survey of the area and report back.
If we have no choice but to separate, let's at least ensure your gear is fully functional. Can you check your motion tracker for damage?
It can still pick up nearsighted scents, at least.
Cute. I stowed your rifle in the compartment up here.
I'm playing on PS5, Yaojalo. But I think they did a really good job porting this to flat screen.
Ammo in the compartment to the right.
Davis,
I think
why
it.
did you unload my rifle?
I think it does you lose a lot of its appeal and charm.
Look at you, Mr.
But
Regulations.
you know, one of the big things we used to hear was, you know, I don't want to buy a VR rig and stuff like that. So I really appreciate them
Stay safe out there.
doing this version for those who didn't want to buy a VR rig. No Style Dutch, welcome.
It appears our door sustained damage in the crash as well.
Man, nothing is going to plan today. What do we do about it?
It's possible.
Yeah,
the power is
welcome.
not sending the signal to disengage the electromagnetic lock circuit.
So, we just have to break the circuit then.
I do not like the way you're saying that. Zula, really? Fire inside the ship.
Carver's counting on us. Time to meet the looking.
Fair enough. I will overlook the joy in your voice.
See, Davis's disappointment
I'll
there.
be back when I have some answers.
And that general setup just reminds me of a line from SG-1 from Stargate. Bullets bounce!
No excuses. I need to double check my sidearm.
Nova Dragon says, I want a VR Predator game. There was a arcade Predator VR game that didn't get a lot of fanfare, I don't think, because I think it had to be in specialised VR sort of arcades. It was just called Predator VR. There's footage of it online, if you have a look.
Emergency lockdown protocols are in effect. PDT keycard required for entry to main facility.
Davis, come in. Something serious went down here. Main gate's locked. Any way around it?
Looks like there is an additional entry point in the garage. But you may encounter similar issues if the facility is locked down.
Copy that. I'll keep an eye out for a key card while I try the garage.
Yaya says, yesterday I brought this game and played it for just 2 hours. You get sucked in immediately. I like that the game is very easygoing. Yes, again, speaking the VR version, it is very immersive. So this is something to keep an eye out for when you're playing through the game. So is areas like this where there's like the junction boxes where you can shoot them and it allows you access to them, because that's where you'll find quite a few pieces of the intel that get you in the secret rooms.
It's just a busted set.
Any indications of what damaged it?
Something fried it. Looks like the wiring around here falls short of safety code.
Unfortunate for them. But it could be an opportunity for ingress.
Oh, Sesame.
Yauchilo says reviews on Steam page for the thing are very positive. I'm glad it's being received well. Yauchilo says, but yes, I'm among the fans that could only play this now it's available outside of VR. So yeah, I think it's really awesome and really class that Servios did do this. It's just not my favourite way to play the game.
Any guesses why Castor's Cradle needed panic rooms?
Allegedly, this is a mining and research facility that developed prosthetics. I suspect that may have been a cover story.
Fisherman says, I'm also playing this on my PC and man, the Xeno's on a hard difficulty, deadly, and I love it. Finally an alien game that's actually challenging, aside from isolation, of course. And Yaujalo says, Dark Descent is also very challenging, in my opinion. Yes, Dark Descent's quite a hard game. And also this one can be. Oops. And the PC will have to come back too. Because we won't have access to it yet. Yeah.
No. Talk about that right now. It's okay. I think we really have to ask ourselves at times like this. What gives us meaning?
I fling omelets in the dead end of space.
You make jokes, but a lot of people take solace in their work teams.
Huh. Funny. They fired my team and replaced everyone except me with machines.
Okay, well,
Maybe I'll ask the one that vomits eggs everywhere what I should do about the insurance.
you don't have to raise your voice.
I want to see a real psychologist.
We've gone over this before. My position on staff is...
My husband is dead, and I'm not going to make it to the funeral. Then HR sends me a mandatory meeting with the quack life coach instead of someone who can help me sort out the goddamn insurance. Exactly what use are you to me? Huh?
I am a qualified medical doctor, and I don't...
Eat shit, Greg. What was the point of this job? I was only here to get genetic therapy for my husband. Now, I'm just waiting for the next shift so I can get the fuck out of here.
Jeannie...
Don't patronize me. I can't stand this place, these people, this room, and most of all, you. So can I go?
Patient refused to cooperate with employee assistance.
We're done here.
Sorry, just being quiet there for the audio. So what have I missed? Sorry. What have we missed? Predominator says the Xeno Warriors are huge in VR. Actual size of the film in Evolved Edition, you don't get that sense of scale as much. Yeah, that was a choice they made between the versions, because obviously in VR it's more frightening in your face, and I think for this they made the decision so it was a little more challenging to shoot the aliens when they didn't present such a huge profile.
I've analyzed the intel Carver sent us. The datapad alone grants limited access to the facility.
DNM, sup fellas, love your work. Thank you, much appreciate it.
Research.
No sign of Carver yet. I'll have to find someone else's then.
The JT Money says, I think those of us that brought it in VR should get a discount. I brought on the 3S and the PSVR 2. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a little disappointing they didn't do that. And I feel the same there. Nostalgia says, Hicks, do you like this game more in VR or console? Definitely VR for me, that's where it's at. And I brought the Quest for the game, because I've been dying for a VR game built specifically for VR, for Alien, for ages. I'll shut up here for this second.
This is why you call this Carver. Davis, I've got bad news.
Absolutely, Predominator. It's a great cinematic.
Where are you? I'll meet you immediately.
No, I need you working on the ship if we're gonna leave in a hurry.
Very well. Be careful, Zula.
What else have we got? So, Predominator says, can't wait for Rogue Incursion Part 2. Hope we get it next year. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't heard more about it, or that they haven't announced the Isolation remaster. Unless that rumour just ended up being a load of rubbish. Yaujalo says, maybe they're going to do a bundle when Part 2 comes out. Yeah, it'd be nice. I think Servios have been quite good in terms of those kind of business practices. It's a shame we didn't get the discount, but like I said, the fact that they did this flat screen port was just class act, in my opinion. Kraz says, haven't heard anything about Part 2 since it was announced. Going to be over a year at this rate for the second part. Yeah, well, companies aren't that keen on being too communicative these days. We didn't hear a lot about this game for a long time.
Davis, this place is giving me the creeps. Feels like I'm being watched. Going radio silent. Gotta hear him coming.
Understood.
Angel James says the intel for this game is also really good. Anytime the PDT showed a name that I recognised from the intel, I got a little giddy. Yeah, Alex White's work on the narrative aspects of this game is just phenomenal. I just love Alex's grasp on the Alien universe, you know, and it's a lot of the interesting elements of this. You know, it really sort of dives into the healthcare, and you know, it feels very American in that exploitative way, and I think it's really, really on topic with how I feel like it'd be handled. Just love Alex's grasp on Alien.
Finally, there's something functional in this dump.
Facility containment protocols in effect. Would you
Head
like to
Vetus
restore
says,
functionality?
when does it take place? After Zula's comics or somewhere in between? So this... We get dates in this. Hang on, let's have a look in the messages. So, 2146. When does that fit in? Aliens... Sorry, bear with. Aliens... Defiance timeline.
Facility containment protocols in effect. Would you like to restore functionality?
And Defiance takes place 2137, so nearly 10 years ish after the events of the comic. JT Money says, I think.
Containment protocols in effect. Would you like to restore functionality?
Oh, oops. JT Money says, I think the success of this will determine if we even see a part 2. The fact this came to flat screen seems like a business decision to make some money to fund part 2. Yeah, I mean, it's a pragmatic way of looking at it, and I don't disagree.
Facility containment protocols in effect. Would you like to restore functionality? Emergency lockdown suspended.
Alright, so I'm fairly sure we get some friends now.
Damn it! Why so loud? I just rang the dinner bell for any xenomorph from shouting.
Purge complete.
Okay. Thought we'd normally got 2 there. Yarjalor says, Alex is pretty great. I'm reading and loving Into Charybdis. Damn right. Crash says, I like Rogue Incursion story, but I didn't like Cold Forge because I didn't like any of the main characters and I didn't like how they did the black goo. Now you see, this is something I've brought up a lot through various sci-fi novels and alien novels in particular. You know, I don't need a character to be likable. I need them to be interesting. And I think the Cold Forge absolutely succeeds on that part. This is where I've lost myself. And yeah, Cold Forge's characters are absolutely interesting in my opinion. I love Blue as a character. I think she's fascinating. And I love what Alex did with the black goo and the Plagiarius Prepotence. You know, that was a theory from a long time ago. A long time ago. And to see it come back was great. Blue was complex to lore, I agree. And that's why I liked it, because Blue was doing a beneficial thing for everybody, but doing it for selfish reasons. No, Stardust says, I think it helps if you've been around unsavory types of people to not need characters to be likable. Yes. Yeah. Raz, I think you're in the minority there, buddy. I thought I had to get through these doors. Have I not activated something? What have I missed? There's air vents all around here. Oh, there's normally a bottom one on the VR version. But that's just... What am I missing? Headbetter says, got Black, White and Blood, the trade today, cool stuff. Yeah, that is fantastic. Black, White and Blood, the trade is brilliant. Where are you? Oh, there we are. It's opened the doors now. Ah, there you are. Casper, feel free to send me pictures. I love seeing people's collections.
Still stuck.
Vraz says the Black Goo was handled worse in the Infiltrator book. Yeah, I hate the Infiltrator book. That was incredibly disappointing.
I've worked in a lot of bad situations, but never in my life have I seen such... Oh, spare me. The synthetic workforce can do the job just fine. And let me finish. Blatant disregard for the safety of the people here. No, Isaac. The synths cannot handle the responsibilities of keeping those creatures contained. And for every day you pretend like they can, doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what I say. There's no extra money this fiscal year. The board makes synthetic combat assets on your request alone. Easy for them to make that call. They're not here on this planet. But you and I are. And if those things get out, it'll be our problem. We need to figure out how we're going to get the resources we need. Benjamin Carver, use the synthetics we have.
Must be a terminal nearby that unlocks this.
We can't keep wiping their memories every time we return them to general use. They're getting... weird. Delete their personalities then. No reason to risk it. Experience is part...
Can't see a damn thing in here.
Again, disagreeing with you, Vraz. You know, Sudler was absolutely one of those guys that I just love to hate, and got his comeuppance very much so. Love it. And Blue is fascinating to me, especially where they take the character into Charybdis. But again, I think you're in the minority there, mate. But you're welcome to that opinion. Falcon says, hi guys, any news on the Isolation sequel? Love your live streams, makes Sunday better. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. No news on Isolation 2, unfortunately, though. Which is a shame. I think there's an event coming up soon. I can't remember what it is, but some sort of award show coming up soon. And as Adam's always coping, hopefully we'll hear something then. I think we're more likely to get news on... So this is one of the lock rooms, if I remember rightly. Oh, no. No, it's a different area I'm thinking of. I think we're more likely to get a Fireteam 2 announcement before we'll get an Isolation 2 announcement. And hopefully an Isolation VR announcement first as well. Yaujilo says, anyone excited for the Badlands final trailer tomorrow? Yes, absolutely. I'm really, really looking forward to that film. And to seeing a preview myself at the end of October, because they're going to be showing the preview at MCM, I believe. Schwip says they're going to NYCC. I feel like there has to be a preview screening of Badlands. I don't think you'll get a preview screening at all. Oh no, it's here. That's one of the unlockable rooms. Ooh, an alien nearby. I doubt there'll be a preview screening, but
This is gonna be hell on my back.
if the cast are there, you'll probably get a preview. The 15 minutes.
Take a job for my favorite skeleton key.
Vraz also says, I tried rereading and listening to Cold Forge, but Carriage just turned me off from it so much. Phalanx, I think, is the best Titan release book that's come out.
Security reestablished.
Phalanx is absolutely up there with the
This is
best
why
of
no
them.
one was answering our hails. Wonder where everyone else went.
In my opinion, but it's also up there with Alex's stuff for me. So my top 5 is the Cold Forge, Into Charybdis, Phalanx, and then Music of the Spears and Berserkers from the old stuff. Sorry, give me a second to try and catch up on chat. What else we got? There is that Alien Isolation VR mod, but I never tried it. Yeah, Mother VR was very good, and it's what got me excited for the prospect of this game. And then when it was, announced, was what really sort of had me amped for it. No Star Dutch says Badlands will heal us from Alien Earth. Edvet says, I'm kind of scared for Badlands. Don't like that they're going to Perry-ish types of predators. Yeah, that was something I've always been worried about. But from the previews I've heard, I'm absolutely willing to give it a go. My only real worry is, you've just got to accept Perry. Perry in the Outer, unfortunately. It's too ingrained in the franchise now. And I don't like him. But it ain't going anywhere. Falcon says, when are you guys going to drop these scripts about Alien Earth set after Alien 3? Very interested in this, as I think the show would make more sense if it was set after the events of Alien 3. I will do it. It's next on my list. So I re-recorded my audio for the Romulus script stuff today, actually. So I'm going to be working on that video over this week, and then I'll start working on the accompanying script for the Alien Earth scripts, so I can get something up alongside them. So I'm hoping within a month or so, a month and a bit. Angel James says, I love Phalanx so much. Schwip says, Aaron, I hear you need a +1 for your early screening. So no, it's only the first 15 minutes I'm expecting to see. And I'm going with Jack, actually, with the Shande, one of the other staffers. Jallo says, Phalanx is awesome, I need to reread that one. Yeah, I reread that one not long ago, actually. Really enjoyed it. Predominator says, Alvarez leaving Romulus 2 was a huge shock to me. I liked Romulus. Yeah, same. Oh no. I can't remember if they're coming through the window there. Yep. Ooh. Didn't manage to avoid that one. Yaya says, waiting for a new AVP Marvel comic. Yeah, me too. Me too.
Sorry, I need to borrow this.
That's what was in the crates. This whole time, I always wondered what Sue was making. What broke her before everything fell apart? How could Sue drag us here? How could she help them? I want to ask her, but I haven't seen her in 2 days. Sue will tell you. I snore when I sleep.
Employee Eunice Rogers identified.
Raz says, what do you mean by Perry version? As in the interpretations of the Predators from Perry's novels. You know, the whole Yautja culture came from the authors Perry, Stephen Stephanie Perry. And it's kind of what's become ingrained on the Predators, you know, the whole honor-bound interpretation of them. Which is actually a quite exaggerated interpretation, because it's not actually really the way Perry depicted them in the first novel. Not to the exaggerated version that we see them as these days. So that's a newer behaviour in this this version of the game, is them retreating a lot more. Yautja Law says, I think they're just using the name. The honour aspect of it is still creeping in, and it's always been my problem with the Yautja stuff, is that exaggerated interpretation. Because I don't find the Predators honourable. Oh, balls! No, go away. Preminator says, I'm still waiting for a new AVP game after 15 years. It's crazy we never got an AVP game during the PS5 life cycle. Now we have to hope for a new game for PS5. Yeah, the problem was the crossover got really tainted as a concept, which is a huge shame. Because there's been some fantastic stuff. I mean, the OG will always be one of the highlights and the benchmark, the original comic. But Dark Horse went out with a bang, in my opinion. You know, AVP Thicker Than Blood was genuinely fantastic, and it was a nice, different take on a Predator-human relationship. Oh no, we're out of pulse rifle rounds. Yautja Law says, well, in Fangoria, Dan did say the Predators were kind of assholes despite mentioning honour. Maybe there's hope for a balanced depiction. Yeah, I'm hoping so as well. You know, I really like Dan, and despite his choices over Ferrell's design, I think he has a good grasp of them. You know, I think he gets the Predator. And, you know, the film is a direct sort of answer to the criticisms I have of Killer of Killers. You know, the Predators being taken out a bit too easily. I am quite hopeful about the film, about Badlands. I really am. Like I said, it's just Bud I'm kind of worried about. That's my only real hesitation about it. See, I don't keep my tracker up anywhere near as much in this version as I do in the other one, and I should. Where are you? Oh, I can't close that. Okay. Yautja Law says, yeah, Bud is my main fear too. Schwip says, we got any news on popcorn buckets or the like? No, there's not really been any news on the promotional stuff for Badlands yet, but we are absolutely about to be overwhelmed by news about Badlands over this next month. I have absolutely no doubt about that. Ah, there you are. Come back. Casper, no. I mean, at least we got something in the UK, which was just like a bucket with a facehugger wrapped around it. Obviously, US folk got the much cooler stuff. Absolutely, they did. But there was still stuff outside the region. Yo, Chilo says, God, I hope that if there's a popcorn bucket, it's not Bud. Yeah, I get that. Unless we love Bud, and then in which case, yes. Give me a Bud bucket. Babylonki says, Half-Life and AVP Gold were my first PC games from the console migration. I won't spoil Bud. Just go Google Bud Predator Badlands if you want that spoiled. Yeah, Schwip, that's right. Predator says, seems like we've got the Battle of the Sequel Alien games coming out. Alien Isolation 2, Rogue Incursion 2, Fireteam Elite 2. Yeah, you're not wrong there. Oh no. There we go. Actually, I don't think they translated this sequence very well. Okay. Yeah, Predator, Alien and Predator. You know, I've said since I think about 2014 is that we've been in a new golden age. You know, when they did another soft reboot of the EU, Titan started putting stuff out. Dark Horse started putting more stuff out. Ah! Oh god. Ah, there you are. Tell you what, that is a lot harder in VR. It really is, because you are absolutely panicking and struggling. I think I came out the long way. I think I could have come out this way from here. Yeah, it's a lot harder to do that in VR because you are absolutely fumbling your reloads and everything. So I totally get them up in the difficulty and the sponginess of the aliens with how easy that is to shoot them down. Bring back novelization, says Schwip. Yeah, Jalor says, I'm so sad there's no novelizations or book tie-ins for Badlands. Yeah, I really, really miss those days. Absolutely. And tie-in really slowed down on the books as well, which sucks. But I mean, we're still getting them, which is nice, of course. The new one is out end of this month, I think. Alien Perfect Organisms. But yeah, that we didn't get anything for Prey, that we didn't get anything for Rogue Incursion, not Rogue Incursion, for Romulus. It was a disappointment to me. But I just have to assume they don't sell good enough. I hope the Badlands prequel ends up being significantly better than the Romulus prequel. You know, as much as I love that film, that comic really was poor. I hope the Badlands one isn't. Vraz says, the last few Alien books have been pretty disappointing. Aliens have been feel like an afterthought in the book. So, yeah, I haven't read Uncivil War yet. I haven't read Rift War because I read the first, 30 pages of it and I thought it sucked ass so bad. Is there any others on the shelf I haven't read? I can't think. Really enjoyed Seventh Circle. I read that because I really enjoy Inferno's Fall. Inferno's Fall has some of the best character work in any of the Alien novels, in my opinion. I don't think Seventh Circle was as good as Inferno's Fall, but I did still really enjoy it. Babylonki says, anyone here X101st? Was that a clan from the AVP days? I can't remember.
Davis, how the hell did you get inside?
Dropped in. Thermals aren't the only thing drawn by loud alarms.
How things go with the ship?
Still no sign of Carver or anyone else. I was unable to get a message off-world either. Yet the more concerning
Hardcore
issue is the state
AVP
of the
clan.
ship. The engines are stable, but we'll need an estimated...
I barely remember the clan days.
Lovely.
I used to be in a clan called the Bug Stomping Marine Division.
Looks like this key card I
In the
found
AVP
won't
2
be
days.
biometrics either.
Now that we're in the facility proper, maybe we can find a lead on solving at least one of those issues.
It's not like we're going anywhere.
Yeah, Fede apparently had some involvement with the prequel comic, which is disappointing.
Error. Biometric data does not match employee file Eunice Rogers.
Babylonki says, Bug Stompers, we played you, I think. Oh, nice. I really don't remember much of the specifics of those matches. We sucked, if I remember rightly. You know, I was only a kid. Crusader for Evil says, I'm playing right now as well. I'm on the last part of the game. Nice. That was fun in VR, because that guy was immensely massive. Huge. So yeah, we're going to have to come back and unlock those later. Babylonki says 101st with 2 hardcore had actual military structure. Yeah, I think a lot of clans did though back those days, didn't they? You know, everybody had a rank and you earned ranks in the clans. You had squad structures and everything like that. I remember those days.
Clear.
Xander, welcome. Nostalgia says, was Neil Blomkamp announced to direct a new Starship Troopers a while back, or did I just dream that? You did not dream that. That was certainly announced. If he's not already off that project by now, I would be surprised. Also still disappointed. The Starship Trooper franchise is a guilty pleasure of mine. I can't remember how to zoom in and use the map here. No. Oh, I can't remember how to do it.
Incoming! Watch for more.
Advet says it's weird how Starship Troopers 3 became quite realistic movie. You know, at least that tried to steal head back in the satirical direction. Crusader says it's the back button on Xbox, so what's that going to be on PlayStation 5? Nope, that's that one. Nope, that's the start menu. It's not going to be the PS button, is it? Nope. Oh, is it the middle button? Yeah, there we go, it's the middle button. Okay. Yep, okay, there we go, thank you. Hello, Sabian. No Starder says you should not feel guilty for taking pleasure in Starship Troopers. It's objectively great, the first movie at least. I haven't seen much of the rest except one of the animated movies. Now, I enjoy the entire franchise. That's why it's a guilty pleasure for me.
Agreed.
Because the second and third ones are objectively poor movies.
Nobody's getting through this.
The animated ones are better. But they're not great. I also grew up with the Roughnecks Chronicles, the kids animated show of it, which I love and adored, and ended up buying all those on DVD during the COVID era to rewatch them all. No Stardust says, I know the director would be pissed, but when I watch Starship Troopers, it makes me wish I joined the military. Yeah, kind of entirely not the point of what he was trying to achieve with that film, which is hilarious. Oh no, okay, it's going to be that way, isn't it? I do think this feels a little clunky. Aaron says, how do you feel about Helldivers as a brand? I haven't tried it yet. That's just because I don't want to become addicted to it. I already struggle to find time for my other interests. And I don't want to be competing with a new one. Jallo says, for those of you who played Rogue Incursion, what's your favourite weapon? Mine was the shotgun. So, I hate the shotgun in the VR version, but I hear it's quite good in this one. I think I played past getting the shotgun in the preview, but I'll always have a soft spot for the pulse rifle. Yeah, I got you, Babylonki, yeah. It should have been freehand. I think it just worked better in the VR game.
Zula, these vents may allow us to bypass non-functional doors.
This is gonna be hell on my spine.
I should go in your stead.
No. The best way you can help my back is by watching it.
See, I like that it was mentioned there, and it's mentioned a few times, like her back injury, but I think the game kind of forgets that with what it has her doing sometimes. I don't think it comes up enough. No Stardust says, my dad was shocked when I told him Starship Troopers was made to be a critique of fascism and our dream society. You see, I read your reviews, Andrew, and I don't agree with you guys. I like it a lot more than you all did. I think they ported it across quite well in general. It's literally that minigame that I think is clunky. I think for the most part they did a good job porting the physicality into flat screen.
No, but the vents led to the warehouse office. Meet me there?
En route to your position.
Yeah, this is made with Unreal 5. The game needs a smart gun, says Crusader. I really hope they add more variety
Can't see a damn thing through all this blood.
into the part 2. Or at least a flamethrower. Sorry, I'm not really stopping to read any of the messages on this playthrough. Apologies. Did the smart gun exist at this time? Can't remember what the law says about that, to be honest. The tech manual was always a bit too dry for me, so I never really got invested in that aspect of the franchise.
Could come in handy.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, I missed the underslung as well, but I got the point of what they were saying of like, yeah, but we already gave you grenades, and it's like, yeah, I get it, because the grenades are again a very physical thing in the way they're primed in the game and used, so I understand that, but you can't help but just be like, yeah, but I wanna fumble around with the grenade launcher. I do wonder if they tried to get it to work, and I tried to sort of get them to talk about it a little bit when they joined us on the podcast recently, but they didn't want to talk about it.
Affirmative.
Which bit, Predminator? They said they already had the grenades, which was why they decided not to do it. So I ignore I ignore Alien Earth in terms of any contributions to lore because it's invalid. No, not that they didn't want to talk about it. They didn't talk about it. They did offer that they didn't put it in because they already functionally had one with the, the other grenades. So chat is bringing up the AVP anime. That thing, I hope it never ever sees release because it sounds absolutely awful. And it's kind of sad to me because it was done by the same guy who did the animated Starship Troopers movies, Shinji Aramaki, and I enjoy them. So I was kind of always hopeful about the anime, but oh god, it sounds dire. Vraz says, I've not heard anything about it other than that it exists. If you go on the website, if you go on avpgalaxy.net, there's a section in there on it. It's called AVP Annihilation, and the producers kind of did a couple of podcasts where they really dived into the details. And originally it was conceived of as this 3-part series where the first part was an adaptation of AVP, the original comic. The second part was an adaptation of AVP War. And then the third part wasn't an adaptation of 3 World War, like you'd expect, but like a new sort of conclusion to Machiko's story. Which, yeah, that's exactly what they should do. But when Aramaki came on board, it all changed. It became about some autistic girl that could communicate with the aliens. Some scientist who was obsessed with them in a very cliched, stereotypical way. All that kind of stuff. Crusader says, have you played Alien Resurrection on the PlayStation? That is the one, I say modern game in quotation marks here, that I have not really dived into. I didn't have it as a kid. So I never played it, and I own it now, but I just haven't found the time to get through it.
More poetic than I would have phrased it, but yes.
No Stardust says, in regards to the anime, I think it's actually similar to Blumkamp's Alien 5. It sounds wonderful until you hear more about it. Yeah, Blumkamp's thing is also another one I'm glad never happened. Although how much of that is in the public domain and how much of that is just the content guys talking about it, I can never remember, so I never know how much I'm supposed to talk about that one. But yeah, it sounds shit. Not saying I wouldn't love to be able to read the script or the treatment or anything, or release it. I would.
There's gotta be something useful.
But I'm glad it never happened.
Sourced through various governments after execution.
Babylonki says, I was too busy playing Trilogy rather than Resurrection. Yeah, Trilogy was the one I played as a kid until I was playing Classic. AVP Classic and AVP 2.
What would happen if you and Eunice both got fired at the same
Never
time?
did finish it, though.
Excuse me?
Could you pay for colony housing without the employment subsidy?
It sounds like
There's gotta be something useful around.
I got to the Derelict, but I never finished the game. I think I still have my PS1 memory card with it all on.
You'll be placed into cold storage for a free trip home on the next rotation. I'm thinking BG Swift has a lot of free pods now that we've pulled some bodies for in-break samples. We could keep you and your wife down there.
Any luck finding out where Carver is?
Not yet.
Yojilo says,
The biometrics on the clearance card.
AVP already has a bad reputation. If they release a crappy anime, it could kill it for good. Yeah, I agree. And that's another one of the reasons I really didn't want it to happen.
If I had an existing employee's drive, it would speed up the process substantially.
You keep looking for any leads on Carver.
No Stardust says, Mike's Monsters video told us that the Xenomorphs built the Derelict, something like that. Yeah, something like that. I can't remember what Mikey actually revealed. No Stardust says, where is Ridgetop to defend releasing Alien 5 and the anime? He wants to watch the welfare. Oh, he just wants the ability to judge it himself, I guess.
That should do it.
Perfect. Follow me.
And I get that. You know, I'm very much a let me make my own opinion kind of person.
It's safe.
And that makes me willing to give the final product a go, but then that was the exact same mentality I had with the Predator, and that all sort of blew up in our faces. So if it sounds bad,
Thank you.
it sounds bad to me, and we know enough about those that I am
If you please.
firmly in the camp of no thank you. Give me the scripts, sure,
Great.
I'll take them as a curiosity.
The camera.
I'll even take comic book adaptations of them.
What? Ah, my eyes.
Biometrics updated. Thank you for being part of the GES family.
Oh,
Found a lead.
Crusader says,
Card access.
Alien Resurrection reminds me of Rogue Incursion. They both drip atmosphere, though I do
When was
think
the last time you used it?
a Rogue Incursion can use a little bit
However, the location
more.
was the mess hall, not too far from here.
I knew he'd find somewhere to lay low. Let's get our asses to the mess
Yeah,
hall.
I know Resurrection was very well regarded as an atmospheric, difficult horror game. And I will give it a go eventually. Absolutely, it's just the time. Headvet says Alien 5, the AVP anime here. I want the Predator, the OG scripts comic. Yeah, that was a tragedy that I thought I saw a tail in there. Another one of the rooms with the... I don't think there's anything in here though. I think it's just items. Bilbo says, would you say this game is worth a shit or no? Yeah, I prefer the VR version. But if you held off on buying this because... well, if you couldn't buy it because you didn't have VR and you didn't want to buy VR, then yeah, I think it's worth it on the PS5 or the Xbox or the PC. Just for Alex White's lore alone. And if you like the comics and you like Zula as a character... It's where, because it's a cheap game as well. I think it's only like 20 quid. Casper says, which one of his video talks about aliens building the Derek? So he did like a big timeline piece on all the news that came out about Alien 5 and the developments in its reporting, and he dropped some extra bits in there from his own intel. So it's that one. No Stardust says, with Alien 5, Ridgetop seems to say it's because he wanted to finally just have alternate continuity. He's got it with Earth, unless Hawley does connect it to the movies, which is a frustrating possibility. Yeah, I hope he abandons that comment and does not do that. And to be fair, Aliens has had alternate continuities since 1992, when Alien 3 came out, you know, when the comics got retconned. So it's not a new concept to us at all. I just worry about the possibility of it being multiverses and stuff. That's what I'm scared of. I don't want to see characters hopping between different continuities, and I don't need a shitty film to justify the concept.
I just hope he's still.
We already have a show that I'm pretty ambivalent about.
Those X-rays? How did they get here?
That has been bothering me as well. We know Wayland Yutani has wanted to weaponize them.
If GES had the same idea, that means Carver was part of this on some level. I don't want to think he'd be a part of something like that, but
we can only guess.
Crusader says, don't get me wrong, I played the living shit out of Trilogy, but Resurrection is the one that gave me nightmares with the balance of action and horror. Kind of like this game. Yeah, that's not an unknown comment, mate.
Eyes up. Activity ahead.
Keep pressing the wrong D-pad for the tracker. No style, I would love to get a copy of that script, or that scriptment, whatever we got, because there seems to be a few different stories as to how much was actually written for the film, whether it was a full script, whether it was just something like Cameron's treatment.
Contact. No sign of car. Guessing we have incoming hostiles.
Affirmative. Additionally, we appear to be cornered. This mess hall in its current state is dead end.
Okay, that's not a good look there.
One that leads directly to where they're dragging bodies.
A nest.
Damn. There's too many places they can approach from. Watch my back. I'll see what I can do about that.
Copy that. I'd start with closing the front door.
You'll be getting the 2 copies of Romulus that I have soon, don't worry.
Won't be getting in that way, at least.
I'm hoping by the end of the week I can finish the video. Josh says, Alex White is a blessing to this franchise. Loving the story in Rogue Incursion so far. Isolation story was kind of dry and tedious to piece together, in my opinion. I wouldn't speak ill of Isolation at all, because I'm very fond of all the logs and stuff in there. But I genuinely love what Alex did for this game and the lore and narrative that Alex pieced together. Because he just gets it. He just gets the working class and anti-corporate themes of Alien, and they're what resonate with me most these days. Yeah, Angel, I've heard about the achievement for shooting Davis. I haven't given it a go yet. No Star Dutch says, speaking of scriptment, I wrote a 30-page treatment on an expansion of the Bigfoot short you read a while back, and took some of your notes on into consideration for establishing a new lead character. Oh, cool! Glad to hear it. You know how hard it is to get through writer's block. That game wasn't looking good there either, was it? I can't remember what we're supposed to be doing here. Defend our position.
Another wave incoming.
Yeah, the 1 or 2 aliens at a time thing does feel a little formulaic at times, but they up it in this, I think, to 3 at some point. But it's one of those design choices that was made to not overwhelm you in VR, especially because the combat is a lot harder in the VR because you're fumbling with actually holding the weapon, you're fumbling with reloading, reaching for your spare ammo and stuff like that, so it's not to be too overwhelming, and I get it. I do get it. And aliens take more damage in this version. You know, I think it's something they upped for the Evolved Edition. Again, because the game plays a little bit easier. I think in the VR version, it's you get through 4 a mag, I think. I assume you're talking on a technical level. Can the VR handle more than 3 at a time? Yeah. Oh shit. No, Davis!
Damn it, Zula, you're going to get yourself killed!
He was my friend. It's a shame there isn't like an achievement for holding out for a certain amount of time during this. Oh shit. During this mode. Oh shit.
They just keep coming.
The revolver gets through them pretty easily though. And no, achievements are on this version. Oh, Casper, don't even bring that up. That is the one piece of Alien media that, like, come on, take me out, guys. Davis was not a cockapoo. It wasn't a dog. That was a fever dream that I had during the early COVID years. Come on, have me. Have me. Stop running away. See, two rounds from the revolver got him then. This iteration of the pulse rifle is supposed to be the prototype, the earliest version of it. So whether it's not the armor piercing variety. Now, this bit coming up is really fucking cool and an absolute highlight in the VR.
What the hell?
I repeat. Zula, if you are in comms range, please copy. Please.
Lock it up, Davis. I'm not dead yet.
It is good to hear your voice. I managed to infiltrate the nest, but I couldn't find you among all these victims. Where did they put you?
Hard to tell. Damn bugs gunked everything up. Maybe some kind of boiler room?
That sounds like environmental controls. I'm en route.
Davis? Think you could hurry? I've got company. Davis?
Stand by. I'm encountering heavy resistance.
I'll buy as much time as I can.
Yeah, Gillo says this section of the game had me thinking I failed twice. Yeah, same. Oh, Angel says there's achievement for taking out 6 facehuggers here. Yeah, because you only get the 6 rounds. I've already missed the one. You know, because I played it on the Quest doesn't have achievements, so I'm just not used to playing this for achievement hunting.
Shit. Shit. Davis, I'm out of ammo. Where are you? Davis?
Yeah, it was so good in VR, this whole bit. That whole hive sequence was fantastic in VR. Absolute highlight of the game. Yeah, Vraz, that was my intent until I realised how severely underspec'd my PC is. I'm still on a 1080, and it was a miracle the game even ran.
It's your worst nightmares made manifest.
So I tried it on Steam VR.
There's no heroic death waiting for us.
No. I'm supposed to go down fighting.
Then you better hurry up. There's not
Yeah,
much time
Law
left.
says, doesn't the VR give you a headache? That would be my main worry. So,
My chest.
I have to play in like hour intervals, but it's not because I get headaches from the VR, it's because I start to, like, the heat around my head starts to get a bit much, so I have to take the headset off and have a little bit of a cool down.
No. I'm not
I
going
play it with a fan on me as well, pointing up at me, just to keep me cool.
What are you waiting for? Do it.
So fucking cool. The alien model looks great in this.
Don't dare leave me like this.
Josh says, most of my experience playing the flat screen was going, this would be cool in VR during key moments.
Davis, come in. Where are you?
Get a VR, get rigged, man.
On your feet, Marie.
I literally brought the Quest to play this game. I wish I'd have brought the PSVR at the end of it, but it was significantly cheaper. And Davis is singing the May song.
Davis.
It's May. There you go. That is a very good model. And the hive is just great as well. I am a sucker for any hive sequence.
Oh yeah. You're gonna wish you'd done something about me.
Pocket those for later. It's certainly a choice, the movement of the back tubes, and you know what? We should have asked Servios about that. I forgot, because I'm kind of curious as if that was anything to do with the moment in in Covenant, where the alien goes through the ladders and it looks like the tubes fold in. Welcome, Caleb. Crusader says, that's another thing this game needs is random facehugger attacks. I just had one in the hall right now at the end of the game, so random and weird, but it scared the shit out of me. There are some places that you can unlock that will result in alien attacks, in facehugger attacks.
Might need this.
I could do without them in the VR version. It absolutely shit me up. Absolutely shit me up when those little fuckers jumped at you. Angel Jamie says the back tubes remind me of how blue is described as rattling in Into Charybdis. Yeah, that's fair. Nice little alien tribute there. Yeah, Jallo says facehuggers inside of cases annoyed the hell out of me. Yeah, it did get a little... I stopped going in those containers. I thought there wasn't a good enough justification to go inside them. I don't know if it's really a thing in the flat screen version, but one of the things I liked in the VR version was they used to hide ammo and stuff under helmets and in these boxes and things like that, so you'd have to pick them up and check under them to see if there was ammo, which was fun. Now this was a cool moment in VR.
God.
I mean, it's still a cool moment here, but it was such a cool moment in VR. If I remember rightly, Angelo, there's even an achievement for killing an alien while wearing a hat, so you could pick up the hats and put them on your head. Yeah, I think it's become a little bit of a controversial kind of design choice with the tube rattles. I should have remembered to ask about it.
My chest.
No Star Dutch says, Hicks, do you have any secret info about the potential directors for a Romulus sequel? So that Rugner denied involvement. No, I have nothing to offer on that front, I'm afraid, at this point. I'm glad to see he did come out and deny it, though, because that could have very quickly ran rampant. Yes, Yaya, I do hate it when the takeaway doesn't arrive on time. Oh, Davis, what did they do to you?
Oh my God, what they did to you.
Defensive of nest. Did what animals do. They are here, yet you are safe.
Tell me how you got down here and we can double back together.
Way out. Through elevator unloading dock. Hub of X-ray traversal. Lost arm and shotgun there. Unarmed. Attack surely lethal. We can't.
Davis, trust me. They won't attack me.
Oh. Not safe.
Can you walk at all? I don't know if I can drag you that far.
Synthetic emergency separation protocol.
I don't know what that is.
Follow instructions. Torch connection point.
You want me to cut your head off?
Trust me.
See, this is a funny moment to me, if only from a personal point of view, because I consulted with Alex on their Intercribdis, and one of the first things I said to Alex was, for the love of God, please don't feature an android losing its head and that being like a significant plot point, because it just kept happening so much. And then we get to this game and it happens, and I know Alex doesn't have like full control over the narrative and everything, and works with what they're directed to, but this was such a different experience doing this yourself in the VR, you know, actually cutting Davis's head off and grabbing it and everything like that. It did make me chuckle, admittedly, when the section came up, but it was just funny how much the experience and the way you have that experience made a big difference to me. Yeah, Alistair knows I disagree with him. I love Romulus. I think it's a fucking fantastic film. Flawed, like Alien 3. Yes, so that moment is different in the VR, Jamie. Angel Jamie's. You do a bit more cutting yourself and you physically grab it, if I remember rightly. Yeah, Vaz, I agree. The warrior model is brilliant in this.
Davis? In case we don't make it out of here. Sorry. If I die here, I die fighting for something real. I got okay with that possibility the day we went AWOL. I think Carver did the same when he reached out to us.
The shadow
Whatever
of
he may be guilty
the
of,
head.
he was willing to lay down his life to make things right. But I don't think I could ever get okay with bringing you down with us. You overcame your programming to make yourself something better than you were.
Yeah, agreed, yeah, actually. Yeah.
Carver might have saved my life, but you helped me find a reason to keep living it. Maybe what I want to say isn't sorry.
Oh yeah, absolutely hope
It's
to see
thank you.
Praetorian eventually end up in live action. I hope we get a different variety of enemies in the next, in part 2, to be fair.
If I don't get a chance to say this later, thanks for everything. Now, time to get to work. Can't get weight down.
Okay, so we've got enough ammo.
Gotta torch it first.
Oh, AVP Requiem didn't happen in my memory. Yeah, the Queen does feel like she's very much due a return. So no, not that way. Babylonki says, but it did happen. As long as Black Goo exists, it happened. I find Requiem far more offensive than the Black Goo, personally. Yeah, Jalor says last time was AVP in 2004 on the big screen. Yeah, of course, it was that long ago. It's been in the comics and the games and stuff since. Just theatrically, that was the last time we got the Queen. Oh, shame I have to waste one of these since the. Nostalgic says, just realised that one little detail that Hawley and Fede contradicted each other with is the origins of Blue Light and Alien. A detail that I somehow never thought twice about. Is it that was something I remember often being discussed on the mail groups on the forums back in the day. Was that being a question of what its origin was? But it's also a question I stopped seeing be asked.
Time to haul ass to the elevator.
Especially over the last 20 years or so. God, that makes me feel so old. This bit I actually found really hard in VR the first time I played it through. I just could not get on at this bit.
Oh, you were right. Looks like the choke point they dragged all the bodies through. Those vents are going to be a real problem for us once the elevator starts moving.
The blue light is, I think, worthy of a video soon, because that's been a whole conversation. In recent years. The whole thing with the Chet and being a queen was another one of those annoying things that the brothers didn't actually know what they were doing. Because at some point they said, oh, it does the egg thing because it's a pred alien and that's inherited from the predator's genetics. Other times they went, oh, actually, yeah, it's just a young queen, so that's just something they do. Fucking hell. So the brothers themselves had different interpretations of why it did that. No Stardust says, I feel like if the blue light wasn't technological to the derelict, it would have been a perfect line. Yeah, the blue light was included in quite a few different EU pieces. I think it was even in AVP 2, if I remember rightly. In the artificial hive that they have in the... No, not in the hive. In the egg pit. Just a human egg pit that they had in the base. So the computer should be on now. Yeah, okay. Yamchulaw says, did the Strauss brothers ever do anything beyond AVPR? Yeah, they did a film called Skyline. The first one was kind of poo, but then a filmmaker called Liam O'Donnell, who worked with them, did a sequel. Did a couple of sequels where it was actually pretty decent and entertaining. I think it was Beyond Skyline and then Skylines. Low budget affairs, but genuinely good sci-fi. I think he's working on a fourth one. Everyone says, oh yeah, Harrison has to stomp through some blue liquid. Someone just posted in the boards that the Badlands trailer leaked online. Okay, well I guess I know what I'm doing when we're finished streaming here in half hour. Skyline, the film with the epic drone fight. You know what? I barely remember the first film, to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you. Beyond and Skylines I've watched a couple of times each. I think you can attack them with the torch, but I can't remember if it does any damage in the game. Oh, I probably ought to throw the grenades first before I do that.
Explosives up.
I think you just get an achievement. Okay.
Closing ceiling mounted vents.
It's just an achievement. I need to play this through properly to look at the achievements. Fair enough. So you get an achievement, you just can't do it. Caleb says, just took a look at the leaked trailer thumbnail. It's got a big username / all over it, so we'll wait till tomorrow to watch it properly. Yeah, if it's got to use it, things have a tendency to leak from survey websites and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I have to go hit the elevator first, don't I, you silly boy? It's funny because the culture has changed a lot. I remember how big of a deal it was when we got a leaked version of the Prometheus trailer back in the day, and everybody went wild and crazy over it. And nowadays people are a lot more like, oh, I'll just wait for the film. And I respect it. I respect it. Oh, that is unfair. That threw acid at me. That's so fair. The best thing is, I think people are tired of spoilers and trailers. Yeah, I mean, the whole spoiler culture is different now, isn't it? People used to make a living out of that. Spoiling films. I do agree on them revealing too much of a narrative in the trailers, though. I would much rather it just be a lot of cool visuals, entirely out of context. Caleb says, in this case, we do know it's out tomorrow, though, so he'll wait. And that's fair. That is fair. I'm about to get done from the back there. Caleb says, the original Alien theatrical trailer is still my favourite ever trailer for that reasons. Yeah. On YouTube, before Romulus was in theatres, I got a trailer that had Rook's voice in it and just went, is that Ash? Yeah, they dropped the ball on that so hard, because that was in some random TV spot trailer, and they'd held out so much on revealing that. No Stardutch says, I remember the Prey trailer leaking early too. Somebody in Dante's camp is a traitor. I don't remember that leaking. What level are we going to? I think it's 2, isn't it?
Elevator secured.
No Stardust says, my favourite trailer might be the T2 trailer. That's all footage made exclusively for trailer and not a movie. Yeah, I miss those kind of teaser trailers. You know, like AVP's teaser trailer was great, where it was just the pans of the suit, which was silly, but it just set atmosphere. Oh yeah, I remember that as well, Goucher Law. The excitement for the Red Band trailer for AVPR.
Maintenance for assistance.
So not level 2, level 3. Well, no Style Dutch. I don't remember that at the slightest. But like I've said before, you know, this decade is a blur to me. No, not that one either. Level 1. I'm talking over all the dialogue here, aren't I? So I'm not hearing it. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, Josh, they did do it with Alien Earth. But I think that whole experience is just a little bit tainted for me now. Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't hate this show, but I'm just so uninterested, ultimately. That was a habit I had to absolutely get into in the VR version, was always closing the doors behind me. I don't feel it's so important to do in this version, but we're about past the point of the preview now, so I haven't actually played past here on the Evolved Edition. The preview ended after the Hive stuff. Nostalgic says, disagree with saying it showed everything. It def showed a lot more though, which isn't bad. Nowadays I see people comment on the Vegas trailer saying I just saw the whole movie. It's like an auto reply. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who just want to be like edgelords these days. Just parrot stuff like that.
Synthetic emergency separation protocol detected. Would you like some help with that?
Bring him back.
Please access the transfer tool to continue.
Alright, where's the bin then? Over here. Oh, the AVPR trailer was an experience back in the day. No Star Dutch, there was absolute excitement for that.
Connected. Please dock data pad. Chamber successfully sealed. Connection to synthetic unit now initializing.
Davis! Thought I'd lost you there.
Sorry to worry you. Backup battery can last for up to 72 hours. You were in no danger of running out of time.
This was such a sweet moment in VR.
I suspect that is longer than you have.
You can tell, huh?
It would be nearly impossible to move about the nest unharmed. Unless one was a host.
Welcome, Lone Fox.
Well,
Fredminator says, do you know if the Evolved Edition pre-order bonus was the Romulus skin motion tracker like for the VR version? Or they didn't offer that for the Evolved Edition? I don't remember, actually, sorry mate.
Connect the probe to my left ear. Connected.
Oh, those twitches.
Insert the next probe into my left temple. Great. Now, connect the final probe.
Yeah, chat's confirming it was. It was Predminator. Same.
Affirmative.
Neural chip transfer protocol initializing. This may take some time.
Zula, while I respect your disinterest in rehashing what happened, we need to talk about what comes next.
Yeah, skins as an incentive in this were just largely pointless.
All that's left to do is as much damage as I can with the time I have left. Any ideas?
Given what we know, it's reasonable to assume that something illicit was happening here, and an effort was made to cover it up. The best tactic to cause lasting damage to those responsible would be public exposure.
Yeah. Been thinking Carver's disappearance was part of that. Getting the word out is the least we can do for her. But off-world comms are foobar. So how do we manage that?
Actually, my sorry state may provide an opportunity. Integrating me into your tablet means I can directly interface with
Lone Fox says, after finishing Rogue Incursion, I couldn't help but feel that similar to Alien Earth, there's a lot of setup only but no payoffs. Yeah, that's because it's part one, which is a shame. I really did wish they'd have been a bit more genuine about that in their communications. But I'm excited for part two.
You all right in there?
It is an improvement, actually.
It's far more exciting than Earth.
Then let's move.
And I find this a far more satisfying experience than Earth. Absolutely, I do.
Damn. Mess hall door is still stuff from earlier.
Insufficient clearance.
Josh, I would have said that as well, that it would definitely get a season 2 based on the early reactions, but audience scores for Alien Earth genuinely plummeted towards the last 2 or 3 episodes. It really dropped on Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes. Oh no, that's where it just came from. I really do not pay attention to what level I need to go to. Episode 3 and 4 were the strongest in my opinion. I wasn't sold on the pilot episode. 3 and 4 I was interested. 5 was just a nosedive, and it just never quite recovered for me. Oh no, that is here, isn't it? Good lord, Aaron. Wait. Okay, yeah, no, so I do want to be here. It's the ops bit. Okay.
Looks like this fuse box is still sealed. Might as well try the usual way of breaking these things open.
Okay, you gonna tell me to go and get my,
This door may be the only functional way into the command center, given the damage to this area.
I really hope not. What are our actual options here?
This reinforced glass has a structural flaw you could exploit with your pulse rifle's explosive rounds. The mess hall entrance was jammed while we were there earlier, but there is a maintenance tunnel nearby that would offer an alternative route. However, it requires an upgrade to your PDT keycard to access. I would advise we search the area for a way into either the mess hall or the command center itself. Ops security is likely a good place to start.
And after I said earlier I didn't really close the doors in this playthrough. That's funny. Okay. So what's chat saying? Yarjalor says it's crazy that people loved episode 5. Yeah, I was surprised as well, but Angel James says yes. Isaac Fry mentioned threatens somebody was sending them to Forina. From Gemini, Josh says, oh no, I get the critical reception was divisive for Alien Earth, but it still had the viewers. Feel like it should be enough for renewal, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm very curious. I'm very curious. No Stardust says, I usually hate when people critique something by saying, well, I'm gonna, but Alien Earth felt like bad fan fiction, and by a fan who'd only watched the movies as background noise while sleeping. It very much does feel like he wasn't overly familiar.
Zula, that terminal looks operational. Slot your tablet in so I can compromise it.
With the with the series.
Authorization granted.
This will get us into the mess hall. I can finally get my gun back.
Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Yes.
Copy that.
Oh, that's 3 of them. Oh, I regret this. I regret this. Ah, damn it. Should have just locked him in there somehow. Falcon says, you think Alien Earth will get renewed for season 2? I don't know. And I don't think in this day and age the cut-offs make too much of a difference because of how long the intervals between productions can be nowadays. I don't think it's quite so as significant as it did before. No, Falcon, it was in the game, not in Alien Earth, about Fiorina. And Nova says, do you think the alien at the end of Alien Earth was slowly morphing into a queen or something else for Alien for season 2? So I won't say too much, but queens were talked about during the development of the show.
Slot your tablet in, just as I had hoped. I can interface with the GES systems much more efficiently, now that I am unburdened by the constraints of entry.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they showed up in a second season.
Authorization granted.
This will get us into the mess hall. I can finally get my gun back.
The first floor maintenance shaft. Yes.
Copy. At least Ops looks mostly functional once you get past all the doors that got trashed.
Can I get through this one, or is this one I need the... I think I need the other thing for, don't I? Yeah. Lone Fox says, I still hold out hope Night Dive will remaster Alien Trilogy and Resurrection. Yeah, I feel, yeah. I'm sure many people do. There's a log in here, isn't there? Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Who is this?
Who is this?
If you're talking, I can't hear you. The intercom keeps repeating what I said. Just call back.
If you're talking.
Hello?
Hello. Who are you?
You don't know? You called me.
Natalie Sylvia.
Who is this?
Yeah, Jalil says, remaster that and Concrete Jungle, please. I think everybody just wants all the old stuff remastered. Yeah, it's so annoying the time between seasons. Yeah, it is a bit more difficult as a fan these days. It's not just every year like it used to be. Far less episodes as well. Okay, so what floor are we going to now? Oh, I think we have to go back to the IT room, don't we, actually? On level 1. Yeah. Caleb says, that's the bad thing about streaming shows compared to regular TV series is we only get 8 to 10 episodes every 2 to 3 years. Yeah. But they tend to be, on the bright side, a lot higher budget. Oh no, it's through there, isn't it? That's how we do it.
That is the maintenance tunnel that will bring us to the mess hall.
Okay. But there is some stuff in here, if I remember rightly. And yeah, that is the gamble with the cliffhanger route that the show took, isn't it? You know, it's not guaranteed a second season. So it becomes just an added frustration.
It appears this uses a similar system as the one we encountered in the administrative wing.
So find the hard drives, slot them in, and we're in business. Got it.
Take that. Yeah, Caprica as well. It also goes to show how fast things can fall from grace, you know, because Battlestar was such a huge property at the time. and then its follow up just gets canned after like it was only like 8 episodes or something, wasn't it? It wasn't even a huge amount. Josh says, any other Alien fans who love the Goo era, Romulus and Earth equally? Love Romulus. Not so thrilled on Earth. I never did actually watch Caprica myself. You know, I watched Battlestar quite a few times. And I've watched... what was it called? Blood and Chrome, the web series, web movie thing they did that was actually pretty low budget. Never did get around to watching the V remake either. I've actually been watching Farscape, because that was one I didn't catch when it first came out. I've seen season 1 like 10 years ago, and I never got around to watching the rest of it. And I've just finished rewatching... No, I'm on the last episode of season 1. So I'll have nearly caught up and be able to...
so much crawling.
Continue that. Does anybody know how to get into the lounge on Rogue Incursion? Yeah, so that's... Well, no, you have to find all the pieces, don't you? There's nothing... It's one of the intel rooms. So, have you got the one I found the hardest to figure out was the secret intel in the garage? Have you got that one? Caleb says, "Ooh, Farscape is great. I binged that on DVD after it was finished too. Really good show." Yeah, I've been enjoying it. It does feel a product of its era. I still prefer Stargate at this point.
Hello? Wake up. You've got a job to do.
Predminator says, "This game nails the horror down really good." Yes.
Isaac Fry, your friendly facility security officer. I don't work for you, Mr. Isaac Fry. You've been stealing company assets for the past 4 months, and I have all the evidence to put you away. So yes, you do. Bullshit. You filched enough items to warrant several felonies, some as recently as last Friday. I could have your ass in cold storage on the transport to Fiorina 161.
There you go. There's the intel with Fiorina.
Because they'll determine the rest of your life.
Done.
What do you want from me? Await orders. If you screw with me, you're dead. If you speak to anyone, you're dead. Do not test me. Now, say I understand. I understand. Good. Be ready.
I completely agree, Lone Fox. It's great seeing an alien story that doesn't revolve around Weyland-Yutani, rather it's Gemini. Completely agree. It's one of the great things about Isolation, you know, was this... Obviously, Weyland-Yutani ends up in it, but the huge focus that we got on Seegson, or the background that we got on Seegson, the introduction of Gemini, that the game sort of took them and went somewhere different. And I also appreciate very much so that it doesn't seemingly focus so much on weaponizing the aliens, but, you know, it being about Gemini does medical stuff. And, you know, we've got this seemingly alien cure, we have this... I forget what it's called. What's the project called where it's...
Earlier. Thank you for skipping the pity.
I suppose it is kind of about controlling the aliens, but not so much weaponizing them. At least so far.
I would like to say, I'm sorry. I failed to rescue you. The fact made more unfair by my ability to escape the consequences of that failure here in this tablet. While you cannot.
You dove into a hive alone to come get me. And if you hadn't, I wouldn't have been able to shoot a way back out. We're a unit of two holding our own against a galaxy of hostiles. Don't apologize for a miracle like that.
Maybe I'm not saying sorry. Maybe it's thank you.
You heard all that, huh?
Who's to say?
Yaujalo says Romulus 2 could bring Working Joes to live action would be awesome. Yeah, I love the I'd love something like that. Or the Working Stiffs like in this. What's in the other room? I can't remember if it's anything significant.
Already have too much.
Yeah, so that's been a bit of a difference between the versions as well. You know, equipment used to be quite sparse in the VR version. In this, it feels less tense in the Evolved Edition because it plays a bit too similarly to a normal FPS, so it's a little bit less challenging. Crusader says, no clue, but I'm going to beat the game at least 2 more times than the other difficulties, so I keep trucking my way through. I love this game a lot, especially for $30. It's a steal. Yeah, it's pretty good for its price. It is certainly not quite a AAA title, and you know, it's not a 8-hour kind of affair. Oh, I bet there's an alien behind me here with the way that's... Ah! That's what I get for looking away to read the screen there. Oh, shit. Josh says, I suck, so I made it last 8 hours. To be fair, I think Oh, I've not gone back here, have I? I think I have. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. To be fair, yeah, I think I actually took around about 8 hours because I went back and did a lot of exploration and... Oh no, so I've already got it. I went back and did a lot of exploration as well. This is my 3rd time playing the game. Well, yeah, 3rd time playing the game. As well. Yeah, I know it is not as big as Assassin's Creed. There's nothing wrong with that, you know, as long as it's priced accordingly, which I think is fair to say this game is. Angel Jamie says Dallas moment. Yeah. I've not played any Assassin's Creed myself. Alright, I want to get to the next point after this and then... And then I'll stop for the night. I say my night. Okay, let's get through all this again. Yeah, I like that you get the little glasses in this to signify Davis is in the tablet as well, Angel. I'll come back to that. No, I won't. I'll get it. I'm annoyed at myself for not saving that earlier now. Need to get that intel.
It appears this uses a similar system as the one we encountered in the administrative wing.
So find the hard drives.
Welcome,
slot them in, and we're in business.
Caustic.
Got it.
Doing well, thank you. Just making a dent on the, oops. No, leave it. Oh god, Aaron. Making a dent on the Evolved edition of the game. Piss off. I'm enjoying it. I'm certainly enjoying it, Caustic. I think they translated it largely pretty well to the flat screen. I do prefer the VR mode though. I do. Because I'd been begging for one for ages. I genuinely had been like desperate for a VR game for Alien from the ground up, and I think it delivered it. Oh, I think this is better as a VR game than it is a FPS. I just think they translated it well, and I think it was a good read of the room to do so, especially because while I'm there being all excited that, oh yes, I finally get the VR, an Alien game for VR from the ground up, it's not just some aftermarket mod. Don't get me wrong, I don't disrespect Mother VR, because they did a fantastic job on Mother VR, but
so much crawling.
well, I really wanted something from the ground up, and I genuinely fucking love this game. I'd much rather play it on the VR, but I appreciate them doing this, especially because I just saw nothing but comments about, oh, I don't own a VR headset. I still want to play the game. Why would you do this? So I think it was a classy move. And get this again. We'll save it before we go in the vent this time.
Hello? Wake up. You've got a job to do. Excuse me? Who is this? Isaac Fry, your friendly facility security officer. I don't work for you, Mr. Isaac Fry. You've been stealing company assets for the past
Got it.
months. And I have
Yeah, part 2's still in the works. There hasn't been any news, but we also don't seem to live in an age where we get a frequent flow of game news anymore. Companies are too scared to show us work in progresses.
by next week. Now choose your next words carefully, because they'll determine the rest of your life. What do you want from me? Await orders. If you screw with me, you're
Oh,
dead.
balls.
Speak to anyone, you're dead. Do not test me. Now, say I understand. I understand.
I certainly hope part 2 is a VR. I'd be surprised if it isn't. I just hope they do simultaneous releases. Servios is a VR developer. Okay, at least we remembered to save this time. Okay. I kind of still wonder if they are going to allow again, if it turns out to be true, you know, if they are going to allow the Isolation VR remaster to have the attention first before they announce anything for a part 2, whether they stagger that sort of attention.
Hey, about earlier, thank you for skipping the pity.
Zula, I know you. If you will permit me one comment on old business, I would like to say, I'm sorry. I failed to rescue you. A fact made more unfair by my ability to escape the consequences of that failure here in this tablet, while you cannot.
You dove into a hive alone to come get me. And if you hadn't, I wouldn't have been able to shoot a way back out. We're a unit of 2 holding our own against a galaxy of hostiles. Don't apologize for a miracle like that.
Maybe I'm not saying sorry. Maybe it's thank you.
You heard all that, huh?
Who's to say?
Caustic Viper says, can we give Davis01 some praise though? Poor dude went through so many bodies just trying to understand humans. Yeah, bless him. Yeah, he had a rough go of it. Forever foot colony war though. Never have I been so offended by a piece of alien media. Oh, piss off. I'm not doing very well in here, am I? I haven't read Uncivil War, but I'm told it's pretty poor. Yeah, at least I saved this time. Oh, fucking hell. It's a parody, no style. The book is just an absolute piss take of Alien. It's just not good. Oh, did I? Yeah, thank God I saved it as I came out of there. I don't recommend it in the slightest. I need to drop a bloody mine behind me, don't I? DNM says AVA was really respectful read. Tony Stark dies fighting Xenomorphs. Yeah. Avengers vs. Alien was really good. I'm genuinely surprised how good of a series it was. Absolutely better than Alien Paradiso. No Stardust says, I honestly thought it had something to do with how it portrayed the British or something. The British in it are a parody as well, which is a problem, especially because the author is British. There is absolutely no nuance in the story. And I say that as somebody who clearly sat on the same side of the political fence as the author did. But yeah, it was not good. Josh says, Avengers vs. Aliens is one of the best Marvel comics I've ever read. What, Marvel full stop? It's certainly one of the better Alien series as they've done. No, Hunter's Planet is not a fan favourite, Yautja. That is a very poor... Please let me get through before you jump down. How the frig do I... Okay, it's up here. There we go. I forgot how to do this then. Angel James says, if they'd have played it as serious as Alex White or Philippa Ballantyne, the new Albion stuff could have honestly been good. Yeah, it could have been good. Colony War could have been interesting. It just fucking wasn't. It's as simple as it is. What's the next bit here? Yeah, so we need to get downstairs. How is Predator Kills the Marvel comics so far? So the series itself has been interesting so far, or strong so far, but it's been that in terms of a collage of going around killing all the characters. But the author of that entire run of crossovers has more failures to stick the landing than he has successes sticking the landing. So I'm a little bit hesitant about how it's all going to turn out. But it's been fun so far. And Predator vs. Wolverine was good, but the Black Panther and the Spider-Man ones just, yeah, like I said, didn't stick the landing. They weren't satisfying conclusions for me.
The ambush took place while we were on the lower level. I believe your pulse rifle can be found in that area.
By the way,
Angel James says, has anybody been reading Paradiso? Is it any good? It, as Raz says, it was okay. It exists. It's not the worst series, but it is by no means the best series. It just happened. There's nothing really of much value to it. Oh, balls. You all cursed me. I just keep seeing 3 now. Where'd he go? Leave me alone, I just want to get to a safe point. What we're doing here. Okay, so we need to get back to level 3 to do that. But I'm fairly sure there's a log in here.
Somehow I don't have an appetite.
Thought there was. Yes, there it is. Black Panther was bad, which is criminal considering how much they could have done with it, says Josh. I didn't think it was bad, but it was disappointing. It at least started reasonably interesting. It just doesn't live up to any of its promises. I think that was probably like a 6 out of 10 for me. Caustic Viper says, I kind of wish we had more of the Woman in the Dark or the white xeno-genocide stuff, to be honest. Yeah, I liked Woman in the Dark. She was interesting.
Who are you?
Okay, I think there's a save room coming up here.
Context about our ends here over down. Tell no one, or we'll find out what your colleagues think of your indiscretions. Tell me, you will.
The pulse rifle's explosive ammo should make short work of that reinforced glass on the fuse box.
Okay, yeah.
We're almost done with this divergence. Proceed to the elevators. They will bring us back to
Josh says, now we have Wendy in the dark. Yeah. Lone Fox says, the Border Bombers arc for me is a bit hit and miss. Really hope we're going to get that concluded. Yeah. I'm curious as well. I wonder if they're going to leave it to the RPG or actually going to expand on it in future balls. There's one nearby.
No wonder I couldn't get to level 2.
No, Caleb says the border bombings are concluded in the RPG. Were they in the Marine one? Where are you? The old RPG trilogy series with Titan was pretty poor, in my opinion. You know, Colony War was atrocious. Inferno's Fall was fantastic. Enemy of My Enemies was just kind of okay. Right, boys and girls, that is the end for me today. It's been a pleasure. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll be continuing this next week or if Adam is back doing anything with me next week. I'm not sure. But pleasure chatting to you all, as always. Anything for me to announce? I do have the next podcast episode ready. I'm not sure if I'm releasing it this... Yeah, I'll probably release it this coming week, actually. But we've got a bunch of stuff in the pipelines. Actually, no, because I wanted to finish Script to Screen. But no, I've already finished it. It's ready to release. I was just giving it a bit more time. So yeah, I might be releasing the next podcast this week, which was a review on Aliens versus Avengers. Like I said, I'm going to try and finish the Romulus Script to Screen and get that up by the end of the week. So we'll also release those scripts. And after that, I'll start working on the Alien Earth Script to Screen so I can get that out there. And yeah, a bunch of stuff that we've already recorded to do. And for any of the Patreons, any of the upcoming recordings that we're going to do, we'll be doing live for you guys and girls. I'm trying to get a review episode scheduled for this game in the next couple of weeks as well. So patrons, you can come join us in with that. And I hope you're all expecting a very busy month leading up to Badlands as release. So we should be expecting the trailer tomorrow or Tuesday, I think, is the rumour that is going around and seems to be the very accurate rumour. But yeah, cool. Until next time, everybody.